I have been hypercritical of the FBI, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi, and everyone else associated with the Department of Justice. What I just heard driving to work is an absolute dumpster fire. Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson just exposed the FBI for exactly what has been going on, and also the Democrat Party. An Operation Arctic Frost, which is basically to freeze out conservative voices, freeze out conservative organizations, and target conservatives and target Republicans. And Chuck Grassley exposed it all. Whistleblowers, Democrats love a whistleblower until now. And I can't wait to see the complete overhaul and dismantling of the FBI. I saw yesterday where Adam Schiff was, basically cheering and rah-rah, attacking Kash Patel. Dick Durbin, I think he's a senator out of Illinois, been around forever and made some trips to the island apparently as well. He brought up the fact that Kash Patel fired 5,000 FBI agents. Now that I know that, and now that I know what Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and these other individuals have been through, it really puts some things into perspective. And I have been wanting action and arrest and arrest and arrest and arrest, and I'm sure many of you have as well. But now it's really clear what the FBI, what Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are up against. And I want to be the first person to say right here, I was wrong and I apologize. Because you are up against pure evil that has been weaponized. This whistleblower exposed it all, showing exactly what has been happening and what has been occurring right beneath our eyes. This started, I don't even know when it started. I'm assuming just like every other demented method in our government would be under the Obama administration. I don't even think George W. Bush, I don't think George Bush Sr., former CIA director, I don't think Bill Clinton weaponized levels of government the way the Obama administration did. Susan Rice, Podesta, Hillary Clinton, those are some of the names that really need to be held accountable and need to be brought forward. Operation Arctic Frost should scare every one of you. And now we're seeing that this operation was targeting none other than Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk. And you see, and we all saw, and I didn't want to see it, what happened to Charlie Kirk? What happened to Donald Trump? You think the celebrations by these demented, demonic Democrats was big now? Can you imagine if Donald Trump would have not turned his head to look at that billboard of how many illegals that were coming into our country? The irony and the hypocrisy has never been this thick. I did a live stream this morning, and Proverbs, I think it was chapter 25, verse 17, said, don't praise, don't glorify your enemy's failures. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's really tough. But I'm also under the assumption, after reading that we just have to zoom out and let the Democrat Party dismantle themselves. Let the FBI be dismantled down to its bare bones. Because you have to hit rock bottom before you can ever come back to the level of normalcy that's needed right now. Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, your work, the deck is stacked against you guys. It is absolutely stacked against you. I saw Pam Bondi also come out in another video clip that she is calling to almost regulate free speech, going after hate speech. I think this is a trap, and it's a well-laid trap by Pam Bondi and at the direction of Donald Trump. Because what you're going to see, or what happened was, there were people that were trying to get flyers made for the vigil, for the funeral for Charlie Kirk. And this Office Depot or some other company was refusing to print them. So now the cards are flipped. The whole table has turned here, because the Democrat Party at the same time went after this bakery in Colorado because the baker didn't want to make a gay birthday cake, a password birthday cake, right? And now the Democrats are the same people that won't print flyers for Charlie Kirk's funeral. Pam Bondi, I believe, just flipped the entire narrative on its head. We've already seen Donald Trump do this with deploying National Guard to D.C., lowering crime, sending National Guard to Memphis to lower crime there. Chicago, you're on the table. We saw the riots in L.A. You have the Democrat Party actually defending criminals, defending migrants that are here illegally. Those are called illegal aliens. And now you're going to have Democrats defending hate speech and free speech, which I don't think there's actual hate speech, even though I know there's certain words that I can't say and words you can't say. You can say them, but there are going to be repercussions. And there's a pandemic right now of vile and nasty people saying things. And they're all over these different platforms crying today because they've lost their jobs. Well, companies are under no obligation to keep you on as an employee when you spread vile, disgusting things about your personal beliefs. And it's their personal prerogative to remain profitable. And you see that dumpster back there. This is the fitting place for this video, because there's so many people right now that have thrown their careers into the dumpster with this vile and disgusting rhetoric. But I think we've got to go a little further. We need to cut out some of this hate speech and this racism on the news media, because I think they have built this up. And also, I would say the entertainment industry, specifically rap music, that glorifies this. And when you start glorifying crime, when you start glorifying criminals, when you start glorifying gang activity, you're going to get more of that. When you start glorifying good men and women in the United States, like Charlie Kirk and like some of these other people, you're going to get more of that. You're going to get more heroes when you glorify heroes. When you make villains your priority, kids want to be villains. That's what I've got to say about all of this. This is the Ben Dyke Show. Tune in tonight. We're going to do a live stream talking about and breaking down everything surrounding this testimony with Kash Patel before this congressional committee. It's going to be interesting. Operation Arctic Frost is code word for let's target conservatives. Thanks for tuning in. Ben Dyke Show. I'm out. This is just one in the truck cab here. Take care.